So this is the result of the transition from the budget ITX gaming build to the new, more powerful ITX gaming build. This thing is definitely much more of a beast than the Pentium processor, which was in the previous ITX build. If you want to see that build, because it is a budget build, very cheap, then I will put the link in the description if you want to check that out. This is definitely more gaming oriented. It's going to play everything you throw at it. I will do a benchmarks video if you want to know all of the specs. That will be coming soon enough. So if you're not subscribed, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel. But to give a quick rundown of everything in here, so the motherboard is a Fatality motherboard from ASRock. It's a Z270 Fatality gaming motherboard. Upgraded the processor from the Pentium G4560 to the i5 7600K, so both in the 7th generation Kaby Lake family, but the i5 is obviously going to be much stronger, especially when we do overclock it. The cooler is the Captain 240EX from Deepcool. You guys know I love these coolers. I did many videos on this and I've used the white one in a previous build. So if you're looking for an all-in-one cooler that gives some nice aesthetics, then I do recommend this cooler. You just have to be really careful with it. It's, I don't want to say fragile, it's just prone to leakage if you really handle it incorrectly. It is an all-in-one cooler, so if you're looking for something to spice up your build, then I highly recommend going with one of these. There's 16 gigs of Ballistics DDR4 RAM. For the upgrade, I went from 8 gigs to 16 gigs, just upgraded with the same stick. The graphics card is a GTX 1070 from MSI. Underneath the power supply shroud, we have a EVGA 650GS. It is a very, very quiet power supply, which is nice, and it's also modular, which I love. The cables coming out are the stock cables though, because they actually look really nice, but then I have added my own custom motherboard power cables and my cable comb that I 3D printed myself as well. The power supply I've also made with just some acrylic. You probably have seen my videos on how to make these, so this one is just one of the bunch and it just fits in there. Just fits in there and then snaps down. The case fan is a Fractal Design case fan. It normally is white. I have just painted it to match the red theme. The case is from Fractal Design. It's a Nano S, and as you can see, even though it is an ITX case, it is still very roomy inside and very easy to work with full graphics cards. It is an ITX motherboard, of course, but the other components which you generally see in ATX builds can be used in this case very, very easily. So I know you're very interested to know the specs and the benchmarks and what it can run and how well it runs things. I will be doing a follow-up video very shortly on the benchmarks of this thing. I already have Windows installed just to make sure that everything was working as it should before doing this video, and everything is good. Oh, before If you're wondering about the hard drives, we do have a 1 terabyte actual physical hard drive, but then we also have the super cool 960 EVO. It is an NVMe SSD drive. It goes in the M.2 slot on the back of the Fatality motherboard, so you wouldn't even know it's here. Actually, I bet you didn't know it's here. If you're looking for a new hard drive that doesn't take up a lot of space and is amazing and super fast, I highly recommend looking at NVMe drives. They're a little bit pricey right now. The prices, I'm sure, will hopefully go down, but I highly recommend them. They are so small, it just baffles me every time I install one. They're so adorable. So I get a lot of questions about what I do after my builds. Honestly, I build them for YouTube and then I disassemble them and they sit on my shelves, all the pieces. You can see some pieces I reuse, other pieces get used in other videos, instructional videos, reviews, things of that sort. I kind of do a lot of recycling of my parts. So you'll see the power supply get used over and over, the coolers get used over and over, the RAM. The main things that I kind of switch out based on the theme that I'm going for is always going to be the graphics card and the motherboard. Those two are very obviously built for aesthetics in a lot of ways, so I do go with things that look really good in builds. So I know you guys are wondering what I'm going to do with this. The Fatality motherboard is going to go away to the giveaway winner. 1070, I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. I think I can disassemble it and maybe change out the color theme for future builds. The cooler will definitely get reused, probably not for a little while. I don't have anything else red planned for a while, but it's a badass cooler and I really love it. And coolers aren't something you can really like put on eBay or something, because I really wouldn't suggest even buying a cooler that way. You just really never know. There could be hairline cracks that you don't know about, and I would never feel comfortable selling something that could end up damaging the components of somebody else. And the case, of course, I keep all of my cases. Right now they're in a stack behind me, you can't see. And they'll get used in future instructional videos and future builds. I'm a big fan of the different way cases are manufactured and their minor subtleties. They do a very basic function, so for companies to come in here and really change up the game with how they make their cases, to me it's really interesting. So I do like to, at least at the moment, keep all my cases. I guess probably mostly I really love motherboards. Motherboards are to me like a piece of art. I know that's really, really weird, but it's true. I really, that's where my builds start. It's always going to be with a motherboard. This build was based off of the Fatality motherboard and that color scheme. So everything was red because that motherboard is red. Other builds, my black and white build was based on that MSI Crate Gaming black and white motherboard, everything. My next build, which is actually going to be a Ryzen build, will be, everything is based on that color scheme as well. So you'll see, I know a lot of people don't build for aesthetics and they build for specs, but and that's perfectly fine. This is just how I express my love and passion for the PC building community and industry. I think one of the most important things with any build is to put your little touches on. A lot of really high-end PC modders are of course going to do a water-cooled build. That adds to the price quite exponentially. So if we're trying to stick to a certain budget, then I do things a little bit more subtly by adding things like a PSU shroud that I can make myself, custom paint jobs like the fans, the custom cable sleeving, which I do myself, the cable combs, which I make myself. You don't have to, of course. But the little things like that, I feel like can really add to a build without adding to the price that much. The total price for this build is about $1,200 to $1,300 depending on what sales you find and depending on when I list this, what the price is, but generally that's been about what it is. The ITX gaming build that I did was $450, so you can see it's quite a big jump in price. Not the most expensive that it could be, but definitely I'd say mid to high range. Thanks so much for watching this build, and if you want to see more builds, including a Ryzen build coming very soon and a water-cooled build that's coming also soon eventually, then subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and if you like this video, give it a like, and otherwise I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.